In the early 1900s, the height of luxury and sophistication was traveling by ship. The White Star Line was the crème de la crème of the industry, catering to the most elite passengers of the era. However, the unimaginable happened. One of their flagship vessels, the Titanic, sank on its maiden voyage in 1912. But did you know that one woman survived not only the Titanic disaster, but two other similar catastrophes on White Star Line ships? That woman was Violet Jessop. Her story is one of incredible luck or misfortune, depending on how you look at it. Join us as we delve into the remarkable tale of Violet Jessop's survival and uncover the events that led her to experience three of the most devastating maritime disasters of the early 20th century. Early life. Violet Jessop was the oldest of 6 siblings in an Irish immigrant family, born in Argentina. When she was 16, her father passed away, and her family moved back to Great Britain, where her mother found work as a ship's stewardess. However, a few years later, her mother fell ill and couldn't work anymore, so Violet had to leave school and look for a job to support her family. Following in her mother's footsteps, she became an ocean liner stewardess with the Royal Mail Line, a rare job for a woman her age at the time. Despite being just 21, she purposely dressed in outdated clothes designed for more mature women and avoided wearing makeup to appear older, which helped her get the job she urgently needed. In 1911, she began working on White Star Line's RMS Olympic, the largest passenger ship of its time. It was here where she experienced her first ship disaster when a British warship accidentally crashed into the Olympic, leaving 2 massive holes in the hull. Fortunately, the ship was able to return to port without any casualties. Violet Jessop's journey, from the Olympic to the Titanic. In the midst of Violet Jessop's time working on board the Olympic, a new ship was being built that caught the attention of the entire world. The Titanic was the talk of the town, with everyone eagerly anticipating its maiden voyage. The ship was nicknamed the Titan of the Sea due to its size, beauty, and state-of-the-art technology. It was said to be unsinkable, the pinnacle of human engineering. People from all walks of life were excited about this marvel of modern technology, and Violet Jessop was no exception. Jessop was working as a stewardess on board the Olympic, the Titanic's sister ship. She enjoyed her job and had no intention of transferring to another ship. However, her colleagues kept urging her to apply for a transfer to the Titanic, telling her it would be the coolest ship to work on. After much persuasion, Jessop gave in and submitted her application. To her delight, she was accepted. On board the Titanic, Jessop found that the improvements in the servants' quarters were a welcome change. She was happy to be working with her friends from the Olympics again. However, as history has shown, the Titanic did not live up to its nickname. On April 14, 1912, the Titanic hit an iceberg and sank, causing one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. Jessop was in her cabin when the collision happened. She immediately sprang into action when she heard the call for help, running to the deck to help guide women and children to the lifeboats. She was eventually put on one of those boats and was handed a baby to take care of. In the freezing cold of the North Atlantic air, they waited a grueling 8 hours for help. The ship Carpathia eventually came to their rescue. As Jessop later recalled, after everyone was safely on board the Carpathia, a woman rushed over and took the baby from her arms without a word. Although Jessop found this behavior strange, she assumed that the frantic woman must have been the baby's mother. What happened during the third ship disaster? Violet Jessop, a remarkable woman who survived not 1 but 2 consecutive ship crashes, found herself on yet another sister ship to the Titanic, the HMHS Britannic. She had been working as a nurse for the British Red Cross when she was posted to the Britannic, which had been converted into a hospital ship to transport wounded soldiers back home. Despite its association with the Titanic, the Britannic was designed to be the safest of the 3 White Star Line ships. The designers had taken into account the mistakes made on the Titanic and its sister ship, the RMS Olympic. The Britannic had enough lifeboats to accommodate more than the maximum number of passengers it could hold, which was a vast improvement from the Titanic's tragic shortage. In fact, the Britannic had enough lifeboats to carry 3,600 people. Jessop must have felt somewhat reassured by the Britannic's safety features. However, as fate would have it, she found herself in a third ship disaster within 5 years. This time, it wasn't due to faulty design or bad planning, but an unexpected explosion that caused the Britannic to sink into the Aegean Sea. It's still unclear what caused the explosion, but it's theorized that the ship either ran into an underwater mine or was hit by a torpedo. Despite the suddenness of the disaster, most of the passengers and crew survived. Jessop was among the lucky ones, but she wasn't unscathed. While trying to escape in a lifeboat that was being sucked under by the force of the sinking vessel, she sustained a serious head injury. The injury left her with constant, painful headaches that persisted for years. It wasn't until later that she discovered that she had fractured her skull during the escape. The unforgettable adventures of Violet Jessop. Violet Jessop was a woman who seemed to defy the odds at every turn. Some might say she was born under a bad star, but perhaps it was her indomitable spirit that carried her through difficult times. Even as a child, she faced an unlikely circumstance when she fell seriously ill. Doctors gave her a grim prognosis, but she proved them wrong and survived not just the next few months, but went on to outlive all her younger siblings. Jessop's life took many twists and turns, some of them unexpected. At the age of 36, she finally decided to get married to a ship steward named John James Lewis. However, the marriage was short-lived, and she never had any children. At a time when a child-free lifestyle was not socially accepted, this was quite unusual. But Jessop put all her time and energy into her job as a ship stewardess, a role she loved and which she continued to do for over 4 decades. Despite her many challenges, Jessop lived a fascinating life that took her around the world twice on a cruise line. She worked on some of the most famous ships of her time, including the Olympic, the Titanic, and the Britannic. It was on the latter vessel that she gained her moniker Miss Unsinkable, having survived not just the Titanic's sinking, but also the sinking of its sister ship, the Britannic. Jessop's adventures continued long after her time at sea. She retired to a cozy cottage in the English countryside, where she decorated the walls with trinkets and mementos she had collected during her travels. In later years, she received a mysterious phone call from someone claiming to be the baby she had saved from the Titanic all those years ago. While some dismissed the call as a prank, Jessop insisted that she had never shared the story with anyone, making the encounter all the more strange and uncanny. At the age of 83, Jessop passed away, leaving behind a legacy of resilience, strength, and a life filled with adventure and wonder. Whether it was luck or her unbreakable spirit that saw her through life's many challenges, Jessop was a woman who lived life to the fullest and never gave up, no matter what came her way. Her story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the human spirit, inspiring generations of women to follow in her footsteps and never give up on their dreams. That's all for this video. To ensure that you don't miss any of our new videos, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.